Want to avoid being that colleague in the meetings? Let's break down the do's and don'ts of faculty meeting etiquette because how you show up matters more than you think. I know we don't want it to, but it does matter. So, hi, I'm Dr. Jessie Talley. I'm your new faculty coach, and I help early career faculty navigate their first years on the tenure track with clarity and confidence, without losing themselves, without burnout, while staying true to your values. And we're here for another episode of Faculty Meetings 101 series. And today we're going to talk about the unspoken rules of faculty meetings so that you're able to contribute meaningfully and respectfully. So let's start off with do's when we go through meetings, right? So we're talking about the do's and the don'ts. So what you want to do is come prepared to the meeting. So if your chair or the person over the meeting is able to send out an agenda before the meeting starts, you want to make sure that you review that agenda. You also want to make sure that you have any notes or if it's something that you're a part of that could be beneficial to the meeting, that you have that written down so that you're able to say it when they have open discussion. So a quick skim in the morning of that agenda and your notes for the meeting makes a huge difference when you're coming in the meeting to make sure that you're up to speed on what's going on. Another do that you want to do is take notes. This is me all day. I'm a big note taker because I like to make sure that I have all the information to be able to contribute and be value added, but also to be able to know what I'm talking about. So you want to document the key points and your own takeaways as you come from the meeting because this will help you in one of the other episodes we talked about, which was the follow up or to make connections with other people to keep track of what's happening in the meeting or other things that you're a part of as you go throughout your tenure track journey. The other thing you want to do is to listen actively. So don't wait for your turn to speak. If you have something that you feel like should be said, especially the type of meeting that it is, then you really want to speak up and engage with what other people are saying so that they know how you feel about what's going on. But also, you may have a good idea that may spark something that the department is able to do. Now, let's go into the don't. You don't want to interrupt people while they're talking. You want to make sure people get their thoughts out because it helps with your note taking, but it also helps to make sure what you say back is value added. And academic respect goes a long way. Even though sometimes we mentioned during our conflict episode about people still kind of overdoing it, just make sure that you're not the one in the meeting doing that. You also want to make sure that you're not the only one dominating the conversation so no one gets their point across. So you don't need to speak on every point to show that you're engaged, to show that you're a go getter. Choose what you want to say wisely. And I like to say one of the other episodes we talked about is how silence and listening is a good skill to have in the meeting and to know that sometimes when you're not speaking all the time and you do speak up, people tend to listen a little bit more to what you have to say because it has impact. So just remember that. You also want to make sure that you don't make it about your personal agenda. So we all have different goals that we want to do while we're on tenure track, but the faculty meeting isn't the time to be on your soapbox. Now it does happen sometimes, but the key is to keep your comments relevant to the group's goals and to help kind of redirect back to what we came to the meeting for to talk about in the first place. So that's super key. So your presence in meetings shapes how colleagues see you. So basically what you say, your body language, what's happening in the meeting. So you want to be prepared by knowing what you're talking about in the meeting. You want to be thoughtful about what you say and also intentional. And you want to make sure that you stay calm and grounded. So if you want some more strategies like this, then you can sign up and like and subscribe to my channel, Academic Insights, to hear more. You can also check out the link below for my Tenure Track Starter Kit, which is a self-paced course to help you in your first 3 years because it's packed with different tips to help you in your teaching, research, and service. And so I look forward to you showing up for the rest of the Faculty Meetings 101 series. And as always, remember to do your work. I'll see you soon. Bye.